Welcome back to episode 8 of D3, Dominici's Discussions and Debates, your source of discourse, discord, and everything in between. I'm your host, Dominici Lapierre. Today is December 2nd, 2025, and I'm joined by Connor Gregory of Ballston Spa, New York, and Andrew Marchese. Is that how you say it?
Marchese.
Marchese.
Yeah,
I'm saying Marchese.
Yeah,
Marchese
that's
of Washingtonville, New York. Connor's a junior, and Andrew's a senior here at VTSU Castleton, and they're both very accomplished wrestlers. Thank you guys for being here today.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, no problem. If you're listening, Mom, hi. I know what you guys are all thinking. Last time we were on air, it was only episode 6. How are we on 8? Over break, I filmed episode 7 with Dakota Inman, my former high school wrestling coach. That's a YouTube exclusive. Check for that soon. All right, let's get into this, guys. So, Drew, you're from Washingtonville, correct?
Yes.
What is Washingtonville like? Break that down for us.
So it's basically like a very small part on the map in New York. It's like one street, like town, whatever. Not much like going on in there really, but it's like pretty like community based ran. Like there's like a lot of like events that go on and stuff like that there, but like definitely really small town, which kind of reminds me of like Castleton a bit.
Really?
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask how it compares to Castleton. It's really similar.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it's really like there's not too much going on. You know, it's just like you got like a few schools here and there, like 3 elementary schools, like a middle school, high school, and then like some like places to eat, some places to like hang out with friends. But like really, it's like nothing too much going on, which kind of reminds me a little bit of Castleton. You know, there's not crazy amount going on here ever, but like just being around good people. You know, it's like. Makes it better.
And which do you prefer, Castleton or Washingtonville?
Recently I've been liking Castleton a lot more because, I mean, just, like, being here for a while, like you said, I'm a senior, you know, I don't have a lot of, like, not that I don't have a lot of people to hang out with, but they're just doing their own thing, I'm doing my own thing, so, like, being here, you know, like, especially having the wrestling team, like, we're all doing the same thing, so I'm here with all you guys and stuff like that.
Okay, Connor, you're from Ballston Spa, correct?
Yes.
What is Ballston Spa like?
So Ballston Spa is it's a little bigger of a town than Castleton. I'd actually say it's a lot bigger. We actually have 3 towns in our district, Milton and Malta, both north and south of Ballston Spa. So combine those 3, it's actually a pretty big town, and you can pretty much get whatever you need within 5-10 mile radius.
Really?
Yeah.
So it is pretty sizable.
It is.
How is it like compared to Queensbury?
Oh, Queensbury's got a lot more stuff. Queensbury's more city.
More city like?
Yeah.
So you are still rural?
A little bit.
Half
yeah.
and half? Is it like a mix?
Yes and no. There's a lot of housing. But it's a very historical town.
Okay.
There's a lot of history in Ballston Spa. There's like the old Iron Spring. It's very like historic spring. And back in like the 1800s, a lot of people like would travel just to go there. And there's a hotel there that's roughly the same age, based in like the same town. Based in like the same time.
You know, in New York, they have those blue, like, signs. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah, yeah.
Is there a lot of those there?
There's a few of them, yeah.
There's a few Underground Railroad houses in my town.
Really?
Yeah, back in Keysville. There's a few houses that were used on the Underground Railroad. So we got those everywhere. But I'm assuming you have a lot of those in where you're from then?
Yeah, we have a few, actually. Like, I've never really...
Forget what
paid
they're
attention
called.
to that.
They're called, like, New York history something
Yeah,
when
something
they put
like
them
that.
up. Do you have any of those, Drew?
I think there's some, like, nearby, like, the, like, historical sites or whatever. Is that what you're talking about?
It's like the blue road signs, but they, like, describe, like, old buildings and shit.
Yeah, there's a few that are, like, nearby my town. I wouldn't say... there might be a few in my town, but nothing, like, not a lot. Definitely around the area, though.
Do your towns do the hometown hero stuff?
Explain that a little
In my
bit.
town, in surrounding towns where I'm from, and even, like, bordering states, they do, like, they put the, photos of veterans on the, like, telephone poles and the banners, and it says hometown hero, and they just, like, lining the streets, it's just, like, and, like, new veterans that just served, ones from the 50s and 60s, like, that's, like, all over my town. Like, every telephone post has 1 or 2 on them. Do you guys do that or no?
So we have something a little different. We don't hang up the faces, but we have a whole memorial of, I want to say it's World War I or World War II. I think it's World War II. Of all the people from my hometown that served.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's nice though. Do they
Yeah.
update it?
I'm not. Well, I think because it's like older.
Is
they
it
haven't
for war?
updated.
Is it for a specific war?
I'm not sure. I forgot. I haven't been there in a while. I
Word.
pass by it all the
Word.
time, but it's set off the road.
So
a
it's
little
not
bit.
on your. It's not on your path home.
No, it
Not
is.
just-
I just
okay.
like I can't see it from the road.
Oh,
really.
word. Okay.
I'm not like up
It's not
close
like
enough.
roadside. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Drew? You guys do anything like that?
I don't think we do anything like that, but we do have this like one memorial where there was like 3 or 4 like people that actually like were there like first responders for 9/11.
Wow.
Yeah, there's like a
what?
memorial park. It has like 4 of their like helmets, like they're not like actual like replica of their helmets, but it's like stone like
That's awesome.
stone
though.
like
What?
helmets
That's
of it,
so
and it
cool.
just it shows like the person's face, and it has like a little description about them and like their family and stuff like that. It shows like what like they were doing like during like 9/11 or whatever. It's pretty crazy. It's
Dude, that is crazy.
It's at a park. It's like there's like a playground, and then like there's a little pathway that leads to it. There's like a bunch of flowers and stuff like that. Like
That's awesome. Your
like,
town
lead
did
down the
that.
path. Yeah,
That's
it is
so
pretty cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
And to continue on with my notes, Connor, do you prefer Ballston Spa or Castleton? In any regard.
I think that's a tough question to answer because there's a lot of stuff that I like about both. I think being up here in Castleton and kind of following the routine that I've built for myself over the past 2, going on 3 years now, that's something that I hold to me very dearly. I like being in a routine, but also going home, I get to see my family, get to hang out with some of my buddies, get to see the dogs.
Yeah,
So
that's a good point.
Yeah, plus just being back in my hometown, it's always good.
No, 100%.
I like that environment.
I definitely, I mean, that's probably something that everyone on our team could speak to. Not everyone,
Yeah.
but most 99. Like, just having a structure is so nice. Not, like, I don't know how certain people do it, man. I don't think I could
Yeah.
wake up and not know what I'm doing. That's a
Yeah.
weird vibe.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird for me over break, because I wake up and I'm like, so we just chill?
Yeah.
we just exist and
Yeah.
breathe now? Word?
I don't got nothing to do.
No,
I don't
dude.
got nothing to do right when I wake up.
Actually. So, outside of wrestling, we're going to get into that later. What do you do? Like, what do you be doing for fun, Connor?
Over the summer, I got into golf a lot,
Really?
and so I would travel all over, like the Capital District in New York for golf. Like I would go with my dad a bunch. A few of my buddies we would golf all the time, and I really didn't get into it a lot this year, but I like to fish a lot too.
Really?
Yeah,
Are you good at it, or is it just fun?
it depends on the day.
The
man.
word? Honestly,
really
dude, I
depends
appreciate
on
the
the
honesty.
No, but I mean, I know what I'm doing from a.
How long have you been doing that, though?
Golf? I really just got into golf this summer, so this was like my.
Okay, so you're fresh.
I am. This was my first summer, like really taking it seriously.
Did you
but-
start that with Van Geidler? Did he get you into that? Because I knew he had done it for a while.
Yeah, we kind of started.
Oh,
we
you started
golfing,
together?
Like,
Okay.
yeah, like once he started picking up, I kind of did too. So we just.
Isn't there one right near in Whitehall, a range, or near Whitehall?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
is that one called?
Skeen Valley.
Okay, I was gonna
We
say
go
I see
there.
you guys
We go there
dragging them
quite a
out.
bit.
I was just say, dude, I see your snap map there. Good calm twice a week during summer. Calm
Yeah.
on a good week. No, dude, that's awesome though. It's a fun sport.
Yeah.
It's a
It
fun
is.
sport. I never like did it at a range, but like my school when I was younger had like a golf club, and I always just did it just for fun. It
Yeah.
was fun. What about you, Jew? What do you be doing like outside of wrestling for fun?
Well, my town honestly has there's like I said, there's not too much to do. So whenever I am home, like over summer and stuff like that, I mainly am working. But like
Really?
I'll always find time to hang out with friends and stuff like that. Like there's a bunch of pickleball courts by my house too, so I'll be playing pickleball a lot.
Bro, no,
And then,
badminton on top.
yeah.
Badminton on
Pickle-
top.
nah,
Nah,
pickleball's
bro.
like that.
This was brought to you by Badminton Gang. We are a badminton program. We are not a pickleball
We
radio
are, though.
program.
Yes, we
Now
are.
we are.
But yeah, one of my buddies, Alex Greco, he has like a really big house. So like sometimes we'll just like get like a bunch of our buddies to hang out there. We'll just we'll either play volleyball, or he has actually like a tennis court like at his house.
Wow.
So like we'll like split the tennis court in half and make it like pickleball courts. So we'll like just play a bunch of pickleball games. He has like a pool there, so that's like mainly the hangout
Does
spot
he
over
wrestle?
the summer. He used to wrestle.
Greco's a crazy last name.
Yeah, he used to
Greco's
wrestle.
a crazy last name.
He wrestled in
bro.
college too for a little bit. I think he's done now
Where?
though. Muhlenberg in PA. It's a D3 school.
Oh, I've heard of
Yeah.
Muhlenberg.
Yeah, he was pretty good in high school, and then like college he.
It's a different
like,
beast,
yeah,
bro.
like he had a really good first year. Like he was doing pretty solid, and then he went up a weight class and like just ended up getting a little bit too big for. He was a 41 pounder, and he probably shouldn't have been a 49 the next year, and he also was dealing with a hip injury. I don't know what it was exactly, but he had to get surgery on it, and he's still kind of recovering from that. So he's still on the team as like a manager, but I don't know if he's gonna. Really...
Okay, so he's still involved.
He's still involved, but I actually talked to him like a few days ago, and he said he probably wasn't gonna wrestle again, which he definitely says it sucks, but I mean it's probably better for his health. Anytime he does anything like athletically, like it just like hurts his hip. So.
Okay, so you guys are both physical education majors, right?
Yep.
So I'll start with you, Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you pick phys ed?
Just like past like what's it called, like mentors or whatever. Like my wrestling coach was a PE teacher, and he always had fun classes. He wouldn't just do like throw out the basketballs or whatever. He would have a bunch of different like games and stuff. We actually had a Survivor unit where it was literally like the TV show where like you had like a captain, you pick teams and stuff like that, and then like if you were voted out by your team, like you weren't just like out of the class, you were in like like there was a team of people that were like voted out or eliminated that had their own team.
Well, okay.
Yeah. I actually made
sounds awesome, though.
I made a good strat, and I didn't like my team, so I like asked them to vote me out, and then like I just told all the athletic people to like sell and join my team.
Sell the bag.
Yeah, sell the bag and join my. And then our team was nasty. We didn't lose a game.
Selective drafting. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Connor, what about you? Why phys ed?
Yeah, I can kind of speak to the same thing as Drew did. Like, I think of it more like as me being able to give back through something that I love to do, which is ultimately why I want to be a wrestling coach too, is being able to spread my knowledge to people who honestly may be like less fortunate, maybe, need a mentor. Like some people don't have that in their life. So I think that's a big part of what I want to do. Not even just like the subject of physical education, just more being a resource for people.
Okay, using it as a mean, and I noticed that a lot with teachers in education. Is
Yeah.
a lot of times it's not even about the the transfer of information.
Yeah.
It's more about it puts you in a position to be a means for good,
Yes.
for positive, reinforcement in like people with negative lives, which is, I mean, it's really admirable. It's a really admirable, in general, no matter what you teach, chemistry, sciences, math, whatever you teach,
Yeah.
it's a very admirable field
Yes.
to be an educator or a professor, 100%.
You really have to care about what you're doing.
Dude,
Yeah.
especially in New York. And that leads me into our next question. And, I'll just throw it out there. You guys can answer how you please or in whatever order. But when you guys graduate, have you thought about if you're going to teach in New York or if you're going to try to apply to schools in Vermont and stay around here? We had a lot of guys on our team. Tyleek, Coach Epps, he picked up a job right in Vermont and he stays around here. So have you started thinking about that, where you're going to move, what schools you want to apply to when you graduate? Or
Probably
it's sneaking up on you, Drew.
Yeah, I
It's
know it
sneaking
really
up.
is. But probably school nearby where I live. Maybe not exactly in Washingtonville, but like around the area. I don't think my parents are like moving out of their house anytime soon. I'd want to stay like nearby them.
You want to be with your family?
Yeah, just nearby. It doesn't have to be like right next door. In their basement or
Well,
whatever.
enough where
but,
you don't
like,
got to get on a flight for Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
You can visit your
exactly.
mom on Mother's Day.
Yeah, I'd probably somewhere in the surrounding area.
What about you, Connor?
Yeah, it's tough because I'm used to really, really just only want this one job back in my old high school. And I was really, really set on that. Like my freshman year, I was like, oh, I want to go back to Boston Spa. I want to be a coach, which has not changed, I don't think. But now I'm like a little more open to maybe starting off somewhere else and maybe, migrating back there and maybe like starting up here even.
Okay. And I just want to apologize. I'm not texting. I usually, when the monitors mess up, I either text text the radio club president or my mom, and I ask them if they can hear us and if everything's good.
Yeah.
So that's how I check like the technical stuff when we're going, so I don't have to stop and fiddle with anything. But yeah, man, I think that's awesome. Again, I think it's like, it's tough. It's tough to move away from your family. I don't get how a lot of people do it.
It is.
It is. It's like that's something I think about. It's hard to not. Because, I mean, even now, we're all at a distance where we can at least see our family.
Exactly.
Especially you guys. Your parents come to a lot of our events. Like, we get to
Yeah.
see. It's hard, you know. And that's why I feel for Justice, man. It's got to be tough on him, bro.
Yeah.
Because he goes home, 3 times a year? And then summer?
Yeah.
Outside of summer, 3, 4?
Yeah, probably around there, like maybe even less.
Dude,
honestly.
it's crazy.
Yeah, I just took him to the airport actually for the holiday.
Really?
And he didn't even get to go home for Thanksgiving. Like he didn't even go back to Hawaii.
Dude, I know, it's insane, dude.
Yeah, he went out
Seriously.
to California.
Yeah, I didn't know that. What a villain, bro. Actually, what a super villain. But okay. So I'll break this next question into 2 for both of you. What are some skills you have from either your classes or wrestling or stuff you do in your lives that you think is going to transfer really well into being a PE teacher? It's going to help you a lot.
I think just like, you know, like from like classes, I guess, in that standpoint, just like obviously like the PE like course, I would say is like you're not always in a classroom, but like when we are in a classroom, it's kind of just like, you know, it's kind of just like, oh man, like this like is a little like dragged on. I feel like a lot of the stuff we learn is pretty much common sense stuff, but like once we're actually in like the in like Shape Gym or like Glenbrook, I feel like a lot of the stuff that is said to us in like our lectures are like really put out there, and like you can really understand it now for like a teaching aspect and stuff like that. And then just like being a wrestler and all, like, you know, like I feel like that just helps with like almost anything, you know.
Yeah, 100%. What about you, Connor?
Yeah, I think wrestling has helped me a lot to do anything in life. I think I'm not even done wrestling yet. I still got 2 more years.
Yeah.
But I think, like, man, wrestling's taught me so much.
Yeah.
It's like, that's like really the only thing I know, to be honest.
It happens.
But my courses, they've helped me understand that phys ed just isn't like playing games in the gym. You know, like
Yeah.
like Drew was talking about earlier, like just rolling out a basketball and telling your kids to shoot the ball for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. But it's more like you have to understand the child, like, and that there's actually more to it, like actually developing the child through like different movement stuff, and that it's actually very important to be moving around. I know it kind of seems obvious that movement's like very important, but like learning that some of these like some children have like no education on that, like,
Or they don't do a sport or anything like that, so
Yeah.
like you pretty much all their exercises in a PE class, you know.
yeah.
There are a lot of kids like that.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Mhm.
And well, we also have a crazy obesity problem in our country, man.
do.
It's
Yeah.
so bad. And like, I get it, bro. I've been fat before. You guys know that. I've been big. I've been big. I was my 9th grade year, dude. I was like 5'5" and 190. I was a big dude. So like, I get it. I've been there. Like, it happens. But my problem isn't even with like I don't have a problem if someone's fat. It's your life. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
But it's like, I just think it sets a very bad precedent to children when, you know, like, and there are, like, I have some members of my family with health stuff that I've talked to you guys about, like, so I get it. Like, there are times you can't exercise for health reasons.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But if you have a kid who is able-bodied and healthy, I think not getting them into and it doesn't have to be wrestling or, like, jiu-jitsu, something crazy.
Yeah.
You can't take them on a walk in the park, let them go to the
something
playground, a
simple,
hike, bro.
you know?
Exactly.
You can't get them into hiking. Like, there is no reason that over a third of our country should be legally obese. That is absurd to me.
Yeah.
Like, that is, dude, like, our rates compared to other countries, we are so fat. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
And I think more than ever, phys ed teachers have a very, like, kind of, I don't want to say it, but it's it is kind of life or death, because like we have the amount of people we have dying of heart disease and like getting diabetes is like it's a lot. So I think like PE teachers are in a position now where like you're kind of like, I don't want to say that your job wasn't important before, but its impact has gone up substantially in the last 20 years. Substantially.
Yeah.
Like, because, like, I don't know if you guys saw, back in, like, the 60s, I forget what it was, JFK, the president, had a initiative for health. And, dude, they used to make people do full workouts.
Yeah.
Like, in gym class. Like, you used to have to go on, they would have, like, monkey bars, and they'd make them go back and forth. They would make them do, like, 100 push-ups. They would make them do real workouts.
Yeah.
Like, not just, like, playing with a ball, bro. You'd have to go train. You would, like, actually have to train in gym class. And, I mean, I think, like, it's more the food that made us fat. But, like, it's crazy. And I think that you guys as future gym teachers are in a spot where you can actually make a difference there.
Yeah.
Have you guys thought about that at all?
Yeah, I thought about, like, even what you were saying there, like, it's good to definitely get, like, a workout feel. Like, obviously, like, nowadays you can't really just tell kids to do, like, 100 push-ups or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
no,
someone's
that won't
gonna
fly.
Feel some parent's going to feel some sort of way or whatever, but, like, it's definitely important to, like, get them, like, doing more movement-based stuff instead of, like, really, like, playing games, stuff like that. And that's honestly something where I've, like, picked up from, like, learning at Castleton, like, trying to become a PE teacher. Like, a lot of the stuff that, like, I was expecting coming into it when I was a freshman was, like, all right, like, you're going to teach this game, or you're going to teach this game, and we're going to teach you how to teach this game. But it's really just, like, kind of getting kids moving and, like, having them, like pursue trying to live a healthy lifestyle, which is, like,
100%.
honestly what should be used as PE teachers right now. It's what they should be pushing out.
Yeah, 100%. You have a thought on that, Connor, or no?
Yeah, I can totally agree. I think getting students to have fun through movement, that's a big thing, because, like, doing 100 push-ups isn't fun. Doing 100 sit-ups isn't fun.
No.
But, you know, like, going out, like we were talking about earlier, playing pickleball in the park with your friends. You know, playing golf outside, like, on a nice day. Like, those are things that can be the difference between obesity and, you know, not obesity.
Yeah, literally, seriously. And I noticed I used to have teachers who used to trick us into doing really hard workouts without knowing. Like, we would play dodgeball, and it was like, if you want to get, like, you could get back in the normal way, but if you just want to get back in the game immediately, hit 5 push-ups, hit 10 jumping jacks.
It's that
and
simple.
and all of us kids wanted to play, so I mean, we would literally, I would have classes, I would hit 50, 60, I mean, I was bad, yeah, I was getting out that often, yes. I would hit 50, 60 push-ups, bro, and not even think about it till later on when my chest was sore. 8 years old, 9 years old, bro, getting clipped in the head with a dodgeball and pumping them out. It was, so, you know, I'll follow up this question with another one. Do you guys think you have any traits or character flaws that you think you'll have to work through or you could see in the future? Kind of not making your job difficult, but things you'll have to work around, or even just things you're not super excited for, like things that you think may conflict with being a gym teacher, or maybe even situations you're not looking forward to have to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say probably just, like, maybe, like, dealing with, like, consequences or whatever. Like, that's something no teacher ever wants to deal with. Yeah, like, like saying, like, just, like, anything bad in the class or whatever, having to deal with that. I feel like no teacher wants to, like, get into teaching, like, gym teacher or not, just, like, give out punishment. So that's definitely, like, something that would be a little bit difficult to deal with in like, the first part of teaching. But, like, I feel like once, like, you get the hang of it, it's kind of just, like, not, like, going through the motions, but it's, like, just, like, a constant flow of, like, you know what you're gonna do, like, for each, like, part of the year or whatever.
Yeah.
Makes it more simple as you go on.
100%.
Yeah, I think a trait that I have that's not very good, that might conflict, is I'm very forgetful. I have to write stuff down. I will be talking to my phone, talking to Siri, and my girlfriend makes fun of me for this, but I'll be like, hey Siri, set a reminder that I gotta, like, pack my toothbrush in the morning, go and do a tournament.
Yeah.
Like, just little stuff like that, or, like, pack 3 shirts instead of 1. There you go.
Yeah, that's a good. That's
Yeah.
Those are
There you
my
go.
alarms,
That's what you
and
need,
we keep everything on deck. This is my task. This isn't even it. The workouts and exercises are all a different folder. We don't
Yeah.
forget, and everyone always asks me why I do that because it is a lot. It's a lot to keep track of. I don't miss classes. I don't show up 10 minutes late to practices.
Exactly.
I don't miss anything I have an obligation because I'm willing to have 30 alarms set.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and use your resources. It's dude. I was gonna say, I'm telling you, dude. I would 100%. If I didn't spam my alarms, I would have missed a practice by now. It would have happened. 1,000%. Last night, dude, I put my head on the pillow. I'm about to fall asleep. I don't know what clicked in my brain, but I realized I forgot to set my alarm. I almost missed this morning, bro.
Yeah,
Real talk. I was like, nah, I'm bugging. I'm bugging. Okay, and in the realm of phys ed, do you guys have any other studies or minors or things you're studying, or just phys ed?
I don't have any minors. I was gonna do a health minor, but it just ended up. I kind of just got lazy and within.
It's like that.
Yeah, like my first few years, I wasn't very good in school here, but I definitely turned a corner and started getting on like dean's lists and stuff like that. But it's definitely a little too late for me to get that health or coaching minor. But I mean, with my wrestling, with what I've done in wrestling, I feel like without a coaching minor, I could definitely get a coaching job or something like that.
Yeah, you don't
high
need it.
school,
You know what you're doing.
Yeah,
and you have the character traits. Yeah, 100%. What about you, Connor?
I did add the health minor.
You did?
I did. Yeah.
There you go.
But I'm not on track to finish it within the 4 years anyway. Just because scheduling stuff conflicts with the major. So
And I don't know how phys ed works, but you guys have labs because I imagine you have to take some science classes, right?
Depends on the class. Yeah.
Is there concentrations in phys ed or no?
Yes, there.
What are the concentrations?
I think there's 2 concentrations. There's health and physical activity promotion, and then there's the K through 12 teacher licensure track.
Are you both K through 12?
I am in the K through 12.
I'm just getting the
blanket.
Yeah, I didn't want to get into student teaching just because I knew I still had a decent amount of credits to finish out to graduate on time, and I just didn't want to have to stress out about going to rush over to do student teaching and then having to come back and do a class or whatever because I had to take 18 credits next semester in order to graduate on time.
Yeah, Tyleek last year was stressing about that.
Yeah.
We saw him. He would leave. He would have to come back at the craziest weird times in his schedule because he was student teaching.
Yeah.
And, okay, as we move, I'm just going to read off, trying not to glaze here, but I'm going to read off some of your guys' accomplishments before we start talking about wrestling too much. You, Drew is currently a starter. You're a 2-time, are you a 2 or 3-time regional placer?
2-time.
2-time regional placer. You're nationally ranked right now at 125. You've been a multiple-time NUA Wrestler of the Week. Connor has also been, I believe, a NUA Wrestler of the Week, right?
I have not been.
Are you serious?
I have not been.
What was it? You won something for NUA. I was reading.
I was on the rookie team.
Okay, rookie of the week. Okay.
I was on the second team last year.
Oh, okay. And Connor is a national qualifier and a futures champ. Both of you have crazy good careers since you've been here. So, I'll throw this out here, and I'll blanket these questions so you guys can answer in any order you want, whichever one you wants to go first. But when did you guys start wrestling, and why?
All right. Yeah, I started wrestling when I was 5. I don't have some crazy story about how I started wrestling. Literally, just my dad talked to me after work. He's like, "Hey, you want to try out wrestling?" Sure. And that was it.
Really?
I just didn't stop doing it. I played football all throughout elementary school, middle school. I stopped in high school, and I did a little karate when I was younger too. But,
Word?
Yeah. When I was really young, I think I did it for 3 or 4 years, but obviously wrestling prevailed as the number one.
What position did you play in football?
I was a running back mostly, and I played safety.
Oh, okay.
Defense, yeah.
Oh, we're moving like that. What about you, Drew?
Yeah, I also started when I was 5. My dad also got me into wrestling. He used to wrestle back when he was in high school. he was a really light guy. He had my dad ended up getting diagnosed with like Crohn's disease when he was in high school while he was wrestling. I think he was like 16 or 17, and yeah, it definitely like hindered his like ability to like, you know, like get bigger. Crohn's disease is like definitely pretty rough at that age too, like being a teenager and all. But you know, he was able to wrestle through it, and you know, he would have been a state qualifier if he was able to cut weight while having Crohn's disease. But he ended up just realizing that it was just not really good for his health. But yeah, he got me into wrestling. I saw some of his like VHS tapes when I was younger, and I was like, oh yeah, let me
That's
get into
a deep
that.
cut.
Yeah, he what's it called? He was my coach for a while too, like from like youth on to like high school. He was like the head youth coach, and then he ended up just being like modified and like assistant JV coach. But it was nice having him in my corner and stuff all throughout.
Like Connor said, did you do any other sports?
I used to play baseball back in the day.
What position, big guy?
I played
Big guy.
I played all around, honestly. I was mainly like second base and outfield, and then I pitched a little bit here and there. I wasn't anything crazy. I wasn't
You know who
throwing
was
like
crazy
gas.
at baseball, dude?
Who?
Braden Gray was filthy
Was
at
he?
baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Was
he
he?
doesn't talk about it. Go ask to see some of his videos, dude. He was really good at baseball. Like
gonna
he
have to
was
see some of his
actually
videos.
he was actually dirty. I think he was a pitcher.
Mhm.
That guy used to
That
throw.
doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
at all.
No, dude,
that
he was
doesn't
good.
really does
I
not
was
surprise
surprised
me.
he went to college to wrestle and didn't play baseball in college. Everyone,
He has the pitcher frame, man.
Yeah,
dude,
he
no,
definitely
he
does.
was good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's that dude's like 9 foot tall, dude.
Yeah.
He's literally him and Samson have the exact same build,
They
bro.
do.
Just
Yeah.
all limb and no torso. Just all limb, dude.
Just limb.
Full appendage.
The
Limb.
perfect wrestling build.
It's pretty, dude. It's
The perfect wrestling
it's
build.
crazy. It's pretty annoying when you go to post or something and it's like all just reaching across the entirety
Yeah,
of
I
the
hate
mat.
wrestling those type
Yeah.
of kids.
So relating to wrestling, how do you think your mindset since like from maybe Pee-wee to high school, because obviously when you're younger it's supposed to be about fun. I'm a
Yeah.
big proponent of that.
Mhm.
I was trash as a kid, really bad. I don't think I won a single match my first Pee-wee year. I was bad. But my family just put a big emphasis on, are you enjoying it? Which I was. Like, I was enjoying it, even if I was losing matches. Like, it was fun for me. So how was your mindset from, youth, Pee-wee, whatever you guys called it, to modified, to JV, or a lot of places don't have JV, or to varsity? How did it evolve? Your mindset in regards to wrestling, your perspective on you as a wrestler change over time?
Yeah, so I started off, kind of like you said, didn't win a lot of matches my first year. It took me till the last tournament of the year to finally win a match, and I actually ended up winning the tournament.
That's
funny,
awesome, though.
Funny how that
Way to
stays
pull
in your
that
mind.
out at the end.
but yeah, then I realized that I started getting a lot better at it, and I really started to pick up the travel, and I really thank my parents for that. Being able to see a lot of the competition and realizing that I can compete, realizing that I'm actually pretty good at something. And once I started getting older, I got to high school, I really didn't have the whole mindset training, especially now, or how we have it now, we have mindset coach. I never had anything like that. It was more just the basic old school stuff, just work hard, have fun. But it really took me until college to understand the concept of having fun. I really didn't understand what it meant to have fun, especially in the tougher matches. I don't get me wrong, I always had fun wrestling, but it took me till college to truly understand that. And scoring points, going out there, doesn't matter who you're facing, you can have fun.
100%.
It's such a love-hate relationship with this sport, which everybody says that, but it's totally true. But learning that it's actually just a game in the end, and it doesn't matter what the result is.
100%. It did. 100%. I enjoy putting myself into a serious mindset at tournaments and stuff, and I enjoy the I love the energy of the Brands brothers, the whoever you lose you die, the gladiator, the blood sport. I love that. I think that's awesome. I love that intensity. But, like, that's something I had to, like, I just used to overcompensate so much because I wanted to look like the big bad wrestler.
Yeah.
And I carried that with me in school, and I was kind of a dick. Like, and I kind of hit a point where it's like, I'm not super masculine physically. I would say I'm fairly, like, flamboyant and effeminate. Like, I really like wearing the color pink, you know, like, I'm a really silly goose, and it's like, that's okay, because I'm still gonna win this match.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wrestle tough,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be me. I don't have to be like, you know, Desi, it works for him because he's really like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's his actual personality. Desmond's not faking it. You know what I mean?
that's
Like,
him.
that's really him. That's
be
why
nice.
it works. But not everyone has to be Desi.
Exactly.
It works for Desi because that's how he is.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, dude, me, Justice, Dylan, there's a few, Avi, like, not everybody's got to be super serious guy.
Yeah.
And what about you, Drew? How do you think your mindset's changed over time?
Yeah, starting out when I was younger, like how both you guys were saying, it's just like I was really focused on having fun with wrestling. You know, like my brother was into it with me too. Like when I got into it, my brother did too. He ended up quitting a little bit down the ways to do other sports. He wasn't like biggest fan of wrestling, but once like I was probably from like kindergarten to like 5th grade, I was just like really focused on having fun. And then like I never qualified. Well, I only qualified for states once in like youth, and it was in like 6th grade, and I ended up going like 0-2 in that bracket. And like I honestly, like, I was going into it wanting to like place or win it, and I kind of just got like steamrolled, and I got like beat up real bad. And I was just like, I honestly can never forget it, because like I was like I didn't really put any work in, and I was just like, I'm about to go and win this tournament, and then I just got smoked. And I was like, I remember just being really upset, and I went to my dad being like, yeah, I like need to get better, like I need to, like I do, I love wrestling so much, and like I just need to get better.
It's a bad feeling.
Yeah. And he would what's it called, he ended like literally once we got back from states for wrestling that year, he was looking at clubs to go to, and like pretty much all like the better clubs around my area were like an hour away. So we would make the trip up to what was Iowa Style. Now it's called Empire Wrestling Academy. I went there for a few months, and well, actually I went there for a few years, but the first few months I actually did not even score a point in practice, and it was pretty bad. And there was also they had a rope. They had a few ropes to climb, and they would always have like the youth kids climb the rope after practice, and I couldn't even do that. So it was like I was getting my ass kicked, and then I couldn't even climb the rope at the end of practice. But like honestly, like being in that environment where like I was around a bunch of guys, like it made me notice that like if I put like the time in and put in like hard work, that I can get to where these guys were at. And within like probably like 2 months, 3 months being there, I was like not one of the better guys, but I was scoring more and I was doing better. And I kind of took that like working hard aspect with me anywhere. Like if I'm just working hard and just getting better, like, you know, like I'll be to where I want to be. And I brought that here. I brought that through high school, you know, and it's definitely helped me throughout my my journey of wrestling.
Well, it's also, something I noticed too is when you're young, it's so weird because like it's kind of foreign to so many people. There's the overall lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
It's so foreign to so many people, like making weight, you know, like the intensity of our practices. Like I don't like to sound like a supremacist, but like it pisses me off when I see teams doing what to me feels like very mild cardio.
Yeah.
And they're puking and they're sitting there, and I'm like, dude, bleed a little. Grind.
Yeah.
Like you're doing suicide jogs up and down a basketball court, up and down whatever, and you're puking?
Yeah.
Like, come on. And like I said, I don't like to be a supremacist, because I do think there are people in every sport who work hard and bleed for it. In every sport, there's going to be outliers who work harder than other people. But I just don't think, like, and you know, it speaks for itself now with, like, the UFC and stuff. Like, it's a disproportionate amount of champs are wrestlers or have wrestled. It's like 60%.
Yeah.
And jiu-jitsu's not even close. Jiu-jitsu's like 20 or 30. I forget. There was a graph. I can find the numbers after. But there was an actual graph, and they charted it, the backgrounds of every UFC champ ever. It was literally like 50 or 60 of them were wrestlers, and like 30 jiu-jitsu guys. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Just how tough you have to be to endure that. Like, even a bad wrestler is so much tougher than an average individual.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. And, you know, this is a kind of similar question, but not the exact same. How do you guys both commented on this a little, but how do you think your life work ethic has developed in relation to the sport of wrestling as you've grown up through high school? Because you both have seen, we talk about process over outcome, and we all try to live by that, but you two have seen quite some outcomes. You both were D1 in New York in high school. You both placed very high. You were a bronze and silver, right?
Yeah.
You guys both
5th and 2nd, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys have seen really good, like, you guys have proven you're high performers. So how, like, to get to that point where you're working that hard, you're beating these really good guys, you're accomplishing things on a really high level against really good athletes, did that develop kind of like, because you've been doing it since you were so young, did that develop early on, or did that kind of hit in high school when it was like, or did you even have, was your freshman year rough, or like, you know what I mean? How did that process of developing work ethic feel for you, and what did it look like?
I feel like when I was in like high school, like I definitely had that like strong like work ethic where I was like, all right, like school is very important to me as much as it is wrestling. Like I want to get good grades, and like whenever I worked like jobs or whatever here and there, like I wanted to like put my all into that. Once I got up here, though, the first, at least freshman year, maybe halfway into sophomore year, like I was definitely a little less like focused on the academics and really just wanted to put a lot of my focus into wrestling. And then I kind of turned the corner, and I was just like, wow, like I really need to put the effort I put into wrestling into everything else that I put into life. So that kind of helped me get back on track and really like focus on. For me, I only got a few more months left of wrestling, you know, so I really got to like not put my eggs in one basket, but just like really focus on like, you know, like the next stage of my life. So bringing that work ethic from that I put into wrestling and putting it into my life definitely will help out in my future, I believe.
And Connor, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I really took me till college to understand like that there's more than just your practice. Like I would always lift 2 to 3 days a week in the mornings before school on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I typically go. I try to get one more day in. Just, you know, being in high school, it's a little tough. So
yeah, scheduling and stuff.
Yeah. So college, that's when I like really turned it up, but because you know we got to prioritize school.
Yeah.
And there's no like I've missed school for wrestling. Everybody has, but like you can't miss like you know. Day in the middle of the week because you got practice, you know, and it's tough. So you gotta find a way to work around that, which I think is part of the work ethic. Like really wanting to do it. Like I have a thing. Like I've always thought this. Like if you wanted to, like if you want to do something, you will do it. You'll work towards it. You know, like if you don't like work towards it, like you don't really want it enough.
100%. I noticed that people say they want something and then put in no effort
like,
to get it.
Yeah. So, I wanted to be a state champ. Like, I want to be a national champ, and I know I will be, at some point. But obviously, I wasn't a state champ, you know. So it's the next best.
But that's where the process over outcome comes in,
Yes.
because, like, something I was telling my team back home, because they were kind of lackadaisical in practice. They weren't really pushing it, and I told them, I said, we talk all the time about how wrestling as a sport, you don't make big money like basketball and football. No. You are here, unless you're D1, you are here solely for character development and for the love of the game.
Yeah.
If you are not trying your hardest, then you are actually wasting your time, because you're not developing the skills of grit, you're not developing the reliability, you're not going into your life with a wrestler lifestyle. Yeah. So if you can lose every match, like I won't name drop, but I can think of a few guys on our team right now who aren't the best wrestlers, but live like fucking wrestlers.
Yep.
Those guys, when we graduate, are going to be in a better spot than a lot of our All-Americans.
Yeah.
Than a lot of our seniors who are ranked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's 100. That's something I tell them is like, you're not wasting your time unless you're half-assing it. If you're half-assing it in this sport and you're not like number one in the world, like then you are. Then you're wasting your time.
I said this yesterday when I was motivating some of the guys on the bike. I was yelling it. The easiest road is always the hardest road. If you take the easy road and just, try to sneak by, it's always going to be harder. Mm-hmm. If you, put the pressure on yourself, to be good, to be, an elite person.
Yeah.
It's always going to be easier.
I really like that. That's pretty profound. I really like that. And, moving forward with wrestling, and this doesn't have to be wins, because, when people think of your favorite moments from wrestling, people think, your best performance postseason is typically what comes to everyone's mind. But, some of my favorite moments are close losses to really ranked guys, because it showed me that it's there. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't have to be a win. It could be a close loss. It could be, it probably, some of them are definitely going to be wins in your head. Or maybe it was a team championship. But what were some of your favorite moments from your wrestling career? And even it could be even watching a teammate achieve something. It could be someone you trained with achieving something. What are just one or two of your favorite moments that you look back and you're like, this was a measure I'm going to use that my work is, coming to fruition?
Yeah, one of them, the first one that came to mind is last year, being on the national stage at the end of the year. I know you're kind of saying.
No, it can be a win. That's a good measure. That you're the fruit of your labor came.
Yeah. But just it's more about placements and stuff, but just being there, knowing that I'm capable of doing it, especially moving up a weight class.
That was awesome. I
had no idea how that was gonna go. There was so much uncertainty.
There's a lot of holding your breath there.
Yeah, it was a big commitment. Just trying to lifting 3-4 days a week, trying to get big and eating a lot of the right foods it was a tough process, but being there and knowing that I'm capable of being on that stage.
And even the matches you lost were razor thin, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So even your worst performances of that day were phenomenal performances, were tight matches that kept everyone biting their nails.
Yeah.
So it's you belonged there, You
Yeah.
didn't go and get teched and send your ass home. You were in that bracket. You were wrestling. It's don't worry about it. I wasn't gonna snitch. I wasn't gonna put that out there. I was gonna lie.
I'll put it out.
I was gonna lie.
Just go check the bracket.
What about you, Drew? What were some of your hottest moments that you think?
I wouldn't say it was my hottest moment, but a big switch in my mentality from last year into this year was honestly after losing in the Conti semi match at regionals. Pretty much the round, either put yourself going to nationals or just being a placer in the region. That whole season was pretty much just a whole big roller coaster for me. I started off the year being the number 3 kid in the country, and then middle of the season I just started tanking, honestly. During the season I just was not doing very well, not to at least the standard that I hold to myself. And then just kind of bring it, toning it back, bring it all back together towards regionals. And even having the season I had where it was very up and down, I was still seeded to go to nationals, and then losing that match in the Conti semis was just it definitely sucked. It definitely definitely sucked. But after it, I was just thinking back about how wow, I definitely worked hard for this, but I wasn't living the lifestyle of a wrestler and how he should have been. And I definitely I take that for full responsibility. I wasn't. And then hearing at the banquet, actually hearing our teammate Kaya, his speech, how he he loved it, he loved wrestling, he loved being a part of this team, but he has a lot of regret from his career. I didn't that's me next year. That I could be giving a speech next year, and I don't want to be talking. I don't want to be talking about how I could have had more on the table and how I regret a lot of things. So that was kind of a turning point for me for over, the next few months, getting ready for this season that we're in right now. Just living the
Well,
right
you can
lifestyle.
tell the difference, man. You're doing awesome. You can see the flip, especially going down in weight. You've been managing it well.
Yeah.
And you don't look sucked out during weigh-ins.
Yeah, well,
like,
that was a thing too, where like it wasn't just like I'm getting on campus and like I'm gonna be a 125 pounder. Like all over the summer, I was just like, all right, I'm not gonna be going to like McDonald's and eating like a bunch of fast food. You know, like I was still eating clean over the summer. Like yeah, here and there I'd have like a cheat meal or whatever, but like I was being smart. Like I had this plan from pretty much after really hearing Kaya's speech that like I was just like, damn, like I think I should go down. And you know, like I definitely was living the right lifestyle over the summer. I'm living it right now in season, and it's really only a few months left, so you know, it definitely does suck just having grilled chicken a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But like, you know, like what I've been telling myself to like keep me on that track is, you know, it's really just like 3 more months.
Yeah.
3 more months of just eating clean, doing the right
Then
things.
you got the rest of
you
your
know,
life.
Yeah. So just leaving it all out there for the last year.
And, you know, last question in direct relation to wrestling. How has it changed your outlook or perspective on your life as a whole and yourself? And, you know, maybe yourself. And that can be your self-esteem. That can be the way you consciously approach things. That can be, you know, anything, the way you feel about your job, the way you, put things into perspective. Just any regard. How has it changed your life outlook?
I honestly think that it is my life a little bit. Like everything that I've like really learned is through wrestling. Like life is a lot of trial and error, but like I've had a lot of trial and error through wrestling. Like all my weekends would be spent traveling. My dad, mom, wrestling. Like weeks at a time in the summer have been spent, you know, going to Fargo.
Yeah.
So I think it shaped my life in a very positive way, and I know we say it all the time, but I'm very thankful for the opportunity to wrestle.
It's true, though. It's true.
We say it all the time, but it's
not
true.
a gimmick if you live by it. It's only a gimmick if you say it and then you walk away and don't do it. Then then it's corny. Then it's a gimmick. But what you're saying and the way you're applying it, it's just an objective fact.
Yeah, and especially now, like being away from it.
Oh, dude, it's tough.
So
seriously,
like it's given me a different perspective on the sport, which is good. I think it might be honestly what I needed. I'm not saying like the injuries, you know. What I needed, but I would say like maybe a different outlook could be a good thing.
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
Just looking at it from a positive
different
point of
angle,
view.
yeah, 1,000%. And you know, what about you, Drew?
Like Connor was saying, wrestling's pretty much been my life, pretty much. So, like, I mean, we both started when we were 5, so, like, I wouldn't say all we know is wrestling, but a good majority of it is. But then again, just being around wrestling for this long, you know, it gives us those, like, just gives us, like, the confidence, I would say. At least for me, like, I mean, I'm sure it does for Connor, too, but, like approaching, like, any certain situation with just confidence, like, going forward in life, definitely. Because, like, we've been through very hard practices. We've been through very hard matches in our times, you know, like it just getting through stuff like that will help you get through stuff in life. So I'd say just like going into life with confidence and stuff like that is definitely going to be a huge component that I took from wrestling.
100%. And that's kind of the reason, that's sort of the reason I started branching out and doing so many things. I mean, I'm so busy now. It's an ass schedule, but like writing for the Spartan, doing this, you know, I'm the president of the business club now, doing all these different things, and then doing all the meetings and obligations that are involved. And I kind of equate it like, it's weird because I'm not used to being the new guy or the low guy. You know what I mean? I'm not used to being a low performer. Even when I came to college, I was still pretty middle of the tier on the team. Like, right when we started, I was pretty average if we were to level it out. And I think that wrestling's giving me the perspective that, like, it's different, it's tough, it's nerve-wracking, you know? And it's tough it's embarrassing when I sit up here and I'll, like, read the script like I did in the beginning, and I'm stumbling, and I'm, like, straight fucking it up. Like, it's tough, but, like, I know that because of what I've done for the last few years, it'll be fine if I stick with it.
Yeah.
Which is something we can say about almost anything in our lives. Is that, like, just sheer attacking it and just sheer chipping away at it, we could get good at anything.
Yeah.
In my opinion, anything we put our minds to, you could get good at, and obviously there are some exceptions to that. But 90% of things at life we could get good at. We could get above average at, just off of our willpower and just off of our, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just such a, I don't know if the word I'm thinking of, but it's a very powerful thing. It's a good feeling. It helps, you know what I mean? To know that you have the ability to pursue anything you want to pursue.
Oh, yeah.
That there's very few tasks, because it's like a lot of people get in challenging situations and immediately just hit fuck it mode. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And they give themselves that mental out for failure.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, you know what, I don't even care about this shit anyway.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I give many fucks. That's why I'm here writing my scripts for hours at a time.
Yeah.
That's why I do this. That's why I come in early and I set up the equipment. I give many fucks, and I'm going to apply that pressure so that I feel good about what I do. It's just a weird mindset to me I see with a lot of people, you know?
Yeah, a lot of people battle with that. Like, I battle with it in my head, like, oh, fuck, am I going to, eat an extra cookie?
Dude.
It's a stressful feeling. It's a very, very stressful
Especially
feeling.
food discipline
Yeah.
in our sport.
Yes.
I'm moving down to 49 this weekend, and Legacy was talking to me about, Coach Legacy was talking to me about my weight today. And he asked, what do you weigh? And I was like, 11 over. He's like, you gonna get down there eventually? And I was like, yeah, eventually. We'll make it.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's my thing, dude. I just have such a sweet tooth, and I have such a problem. That's why I was fat, dude. That's why I was fat, because I have a problem with food. And it's such a tough thing, but it's like, again, like you said, like, we have just the few months of the season, and then you get to be fat, and it's like, are you gonna be fat with regret or fat without regret in the summertime? Are you going to be fat with or without regret is really the difference. Are you going to be indulging and having a good summer but feeling like an asshole or not feeling like an asshole? But no, it's one of those things, and I don't like to usually circle back when I do my notes, but like I said, again, thank you guys for coming. It's just I'll circle back for this part because I kind of had to put the notes together quickly. And Drew, you mentioned, we have about 5-10 minutes left. You mentioned your sibling, so I just wanted to touch on that. Like, what is your family doing? What's your brother doing? And how are they? And, what are they up to? Because they come to our stuff a lot. I see them. I mean, I haven't talked to your brother much, but I've talked to your mother. She's a lovely lady. Your dad's a cool guy. So, like, what are they up to? What's going on in their lives?
Well, my brother, he just graduated college last year.
From where?
Oneonta.
Oh, really? Awesome,
yeah,
dude.
He actually has a teaching job already in a nearby town. He the school he's student taught at, he has a job there. I think he's teaching like English and like social studies or something like that.
Dude, my last guest on the show went to Oneonta, is an English teacher now. Seriously, my high school wrestling coach. Yeah.
That's funny, but yeah, he loves it up there. He lives with his girlfriend up there. He has a bunch of cats too. I know you're a big cat guy.
I'm a big animal guy. I love them, dude.
Yeah, my mom works for. She works at home. She like remotely. She has been doing that for a while now. Not like since like COVID. She was doing that even when I was like even when I was really young. Yeah, she honestly got really lucky doing that because I know most people don't even have parents in the house, but she was always there, and she works for like the marketing for like a medical company or whatever. And then my dad, he used to work at a radio station actually, but he ended up retiring medically because of Crohn's.
Dude.
He could.
Dude, I'm serious. Tell him. Let me know.
I could.
I would love to get some tips from Guy. What about you, Connor? I know you have a younger brother.
I do. Yeah, my younger brother. He's like 6'5".
I was gonna say in some of the pictures, bro, because your dad's thing popped up on my Facebook. I was like, damn, Connor's either really small or Buddy's really big.
Yeah, no, so
younger brother, not little. Let's rephrase. Younger brother.
My bigger brother.
Yeah, dude, for real.
Nah, there have definitely been a few times where I've been mistaken for the younger one.
Dude, when Buddy's like literally 6'4", that's not a you thing. When he's literally like gigantor, dude.
Yeah. No, but he grew up. he was playing sports, and yeah, he really didn't think that sports were his thing. So he's been working at the same spot for his freshman year of high school.
Really? How old is he now? Is he only?
He's 18.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
just turned 18. October.
So he's been working. Where does he work?
He works at a place called Augie's.
What is that, dude?
It's in Boston Spa. It's an Italian family style restaurant.
That's not.
Yeah.
That's nice though.
Yeah,
Does he get a discount?
He gets a discount, but the big thing is he brings food in all the time. He brings the leftover food back all the time.
I bet it's gas.
This guy's got the hookup.
Yeah,
I was just
yeah,
gonna say,
yeah.
you know that that's nice.
That's a big restaurant around my area.
Good for him though, dude. Not many people can keep a job that long when they're that young. Seriously,
No,
4 years, 3 years.
He's very committed to it, and
good for him.
Like
is he a server?
He does everything there.
Real, okay.
He just started bartending there too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
now he's 18.
When he turned 18.
Dude, good for
like
him.
he started hosting at 17. Like hosting.
His name's Tommy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And what's your brother's name? I didn't ask.
Shane.
Shane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but my brother, I give him a lot of credit. He has a very strong work ethic.
Really?
He actually it's to his job. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a wrestler's mindset. Like he'll get phone calls from work like an hour, even like a half hour before, and just he'll go in like, yeah, sure, I'll work a shift tonight.
So he is passionate about it.
He's very
Good for him.
He takes pride in his work. He does, and I give him credit for it.
And is this kind of where he wants to stay for a while? You think he's gonna stay there for a long while, or?
He's getting ready to go to college. He's starting to apply to schools, and he's.
What is he? Has he told you what he's thinking?
Yeah, he's gonna go into the psychology field. As to my knowledge, he wants to be a guidance counselor.
Oh, that's awesome,
So,
dude. In a
yeah.
school?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick,
Yeah.
dude. And is he? Do you know what college or he's?
He's been accepted to a bunch of schools. I know he just got accepted to Plattsburgh. He got accepted to Siena.
Yeah, I live right near Plattsburgh. Plattsburgh's 20 minutes from me.
Yeah, he got accepted there.
It's a good college. I didn't want to go there because they don't have wrestling and it's too close. And it's so close to me. I wanted to see something else.
Yeah.
But it is a very nice college. I would tell you.
I've never been there.
We have to do a ton of trips, obviously, because where I'm from, and a ton of kids where I'm from go there. It is a nice school. It's a really nice school.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, but he got accepted to a bunch of other schools. I think he's been accepted to 5 or 6 schools. I forget, but.
Well, I would tell him, dude, if he's not doing a sport, go to a SUNY, bro. Don't pay tuition, bro. Go to a SUNY, bro. Keep your grades up and go to a SUNY, bro.
Yeah, he's really good in school too. Like that's something that I struggle with in high school. Like I would be like, I would have like a few C's, which like I don't like having C's, especially now. But like, he takes pride in everything he does. Really, like school. He's got all 90s. He's in the National Honor Society.
I was in that in high school. That's a good thing. Good for him.
That's a huge thing, especially like not playing sports. I think like being able to take pride in something that isn't like very competitive. It's very good.
Well, that's just a good and whenever he goes in to get a job, dude, having that reference for 4 years from high school. And like them seeing that you had the same job and you were like you said, and he was performing on the level he was, that's gonna help him so much that when they start looking for applicants.
Oh yeah.
We'll start to wrap it up as we hit some time here. This has been Dominici Lapeer. Andrew, say it again.
Marchese.
I'll say it correct in the end. Marchese. I'll say it correct for the outro. Marchese and Connor Gregory for episode 8 of D3, Dominici's Discussions and Debates, your source of discourse, discord, and everything in between. Thank you guys so much for coming, especially on short notice. I really appreciate it. It was really fun.
Really appreciate having me.
When Professor Wilson said she couldn't come because of snow in Chittenden, where she lives, I started looking through my list of wrestlers I had, and you guys were right at the top. You were first two who asked. And I knew I wasn't bringing Shuey on, so Shuey was asking me before we walked over. I told him, I said, Shuey, I love you. You're not coming on.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
That might have been a good
I'll
idea.
consider that when I'm a senior and it's my last ever show, so it doesn't matter if they take me off the air.
Coming out with a bang.
Yes, I'll get kicked off anyway.
Sure.
And please consider checking out our please consider checking out our Instagram account at D3 Radio and Podcast, all lowercase, using the number 3, not the word. Also consider subscribing to our YouTube channel where we post re-uploads, YouTube exclusives like episode 7, which will be up soon, and access to all the pilot episodes. Pilots 1 through 4 were posted the other day. Those are all public access now. Our YouTube username is Dominice's Discussions and Debates, using an ampersand, not the word and. The YouTube's handle is D3 Radio and Podcast. That's D-3 with a capital R in radio and P in podcast. The links to the socials are in the other and vice versa. We are live on the platform TuneIn Radio and on the website tunein.com, all lowercase, or you can listen on the mobile app TuneIn Radio, Sports and Music. We typically air 2 p.m. on Tuesdays, and our second airing time fluctuates each week, but check the Instagram each week for the schedule updates. Thank you guys all for tuning in, and hopefully I'll see you guys all again very soon.